doctor.
Trust Vital for your family's health.
The items tossed in your grocery basket play a huge role in the health and well-being of your family. Today's supermarket shelves are stacked and stocked with tons of healthy and unhealthy foods. You need to make the right choices when walking the aisles, steering clear of foods that can have disastrous long-term health consequences for your entire household. Today, we're going to highlight 5 grocery items that should never make it through the checkout line. Andrea, what are they?
Well, the first one I'd like to mention is chips. Chips have been identified as the major contributor to obesity worldwide.
Wow. Given all the trans fats that are on many of those chips. But these days they're baking chips to try and make them healthier?
Yes, I think they're perceived to be healthier, but if you compare the fat values, they're exactly the same as in fried chips.
Wow.
So those biscuits and puffed crisps aren't a low-fat alternative.
That we feed to our kids, yes. Not a good idea. So what is the alternative?
Well, these days you find flavoured mini rice cakes, and they certainly contain a lot less fat. In fact, 1/3 of the amount of fat compared to the chips.
That's fantastic. What about drinks? There's a big move these days to not drink yourself fat, given the amount of sugar in the drinks we have these days.
That's correct. You know, the second leading food contributing to obesity worldwide and overweight problems would be sweetened cool drinks. And we often think that flavoured teas and vitamin-enriched waters may be a healthy alternative. But watch out, read the labels, they still contain quite a bit of sugar.
All right, well, give me an equivalent, in terms of what we've got in front of us.
Well, over here we have a typical cola drink, contains about 10 grams of sugar per 100 mils. Okay. This here contains about 6 grams, and that one over there about 5 grams.
Okay, so there's still a significant amount of sugar in them.
Yes.
What about the sort of the natural healthy drink, the drinking yogurt? I mean, that's also a staple in the mornings or whatever the case is, because it sounds healthy, doesn't it?
It sounds healthy, and dairy certainly contributes to our protein intake, minerals, vitamins, etc. But we don't always realise how much sugar is added to drinking yogurt. You'll be shocked to know that drinking yogurt contains more sugar than a cola drink. So that is important to consider.
You're right, I am shocked. So what's the alternative then? Because those are such tasty drinks.
Yes, an alternative is if you have the chance to make a homemade smoothie with fresh fruits and yogurt, freshly squeezed fruit juices, and then the other solution obviously is to make your own iced tea at home.
That's right.
You can mix in fruit juices and yogurt, so that's a cost-effective solution too.
You are famous for your iced teas, and if you want a recipe, it's on our website, so go check that out. Is that what I think it is? Coffee creamer?
That's correct. You know, coffee creamer deserves a mention here because it's perceived to be a replacement for dairy, and people think that there's equal amounts of proteins and vitamins and minerals in there, but it's made from glucose and fat. So there's hardly any protein, vitamins and minerals. So it's definitely not a suitable alternative for milk,
and
for grain
for kids, because I mean, so many people give coffee creamers to their kids as milk replacements, which is a no-no. Don't do that.
That's correct. Yes.
What can you give as an alternative?
Well, milk powder. If you don't have access to fresh milk all the time, then powdered milk would be an alternative, but fresh is always best.
Okay. Now, that's a tricky one you got there. A muesli bar and our standard 25-hour-a-day chocolate bar. Are you going to tell me that one is not as healthy as the other, or...?
Well, I think most people perceive the yogurt-covered muesli bar as the healthy alternative to the chocolate they actually want to eat. But guess what the fat comparison is here, if you look at the grams of fat.
At face value, I'd say there's half the amount of fat in the muesli bar.
You'll be shocked to know that it's identical. So, yes, there's oats and nuts and all sorts of healthy goodies in the muesli bar, but you have to realise there's equal amounts of fat in there.
That is shocking.
So, muesli, the real unbaked, unsweetened muesli is probably a better snack to have.
This is true. It doesn't taste necessarily as good, but far, far healthier. It's amazing what we don't know and what we can know if we just take time to read labels and educate ourselves about what we're putting into our mouths and putting into our grocery baskets.
That's correct. And I always say healthy eating starts with healthy shopping. So read those food labels, make informed choices for your family.
You're so right. Your family's health starts with what you take off the shelf at your local supermarket. And if you don't want to take years years of their lives, then think twice before putting the wrong items into your basket.
I guess shopping with a toddler makes it even harder to keep the bad stuff out of your shopping trolley. Speaking of which, children under 4 have the highest drowning death rate compared to other age groups, the majority of which happen at home. With the hot summer months ahead of us, learning to swim and to be safe in the water is crucial for our kids' survival.
Trust Vital for your family's health.
I want to live the best life.